It happened in DeKalb County on Interstate 285 near Church Street. The victim, an adult, is dealing with some serious injuries. Since January 1st, police across the metro have investigated 16 separate interstate shootings, many happening on I-20. Today, we followed up with the police departments investigating each case and can only confirm a single arrest. Police say it's hard to find evidence, witnesses, and eventual suspects because so much is happening at 60 miles per hour. New tonight, a group of Democratic House members are urging President Joe Biden to do something about the rising anti-Semitic crimes happening across the country. This comes as there is a growing divide within Democrats in Congress when it comes to what to do about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Mentioned in the letter, Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia. Lawmakers called her conduct blatantly anti-Semitic after she compared a mask requirement for House representatives to wear masks to the treatment of Jewish people by Nazis during World War II. Representative Greene held an America First rally tonight in Dalton. Heading out for Memorial Day weekend, it'll cost you. Gas prices are the highest in 7 years for the holiday weekend. The Colonial Pipeline outage happened earlier this month, but there are still some areas with gas stations in short supply. While you should be able to fill up in most areas, prices are expected to range around $3 a gallon.